Hello all sentient beings and welcome to the Transmissions Podcast, where we talk all Hasbro, Takara, and third-party Transformers! On this episode of Transmissions, we talk War for Cybertron Unicron. Hasbro Pulse has G1 cassettes for sale, and Toys R Us is back? Today is Wednesday, July 24th, 2019, and this is episode 339 of Transmissions.
Welcome to Transmissions, the podcast that crowdfunded Cybertron cookies, but a certain monster ate them all. I'm your host, Charles, aka Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team. Yusuf, better known as Yoshi.
Yo!
Jeremy, aka Yakko.
Hey, how you doing? Let's talk Transformers.
Jesus fuck, you had one job, Daryl. One job.
No, Yoshi, that wasn't Daryl.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I don't have the practice yet.
Oh. This is going to be a Jeremy heavy episode, everybody. Hang on to your butts.
All right. So, unfortunately, Daryl couldn't make it tonight, so we are sad. This is the one time of the year we really need him, right after San Diego Comic-Con.
Two times. He wasn't here last week either.
Oh, yeah. Well, we were at TFCon, so,
That's excused? Excuse me.
Yes.
We needed him.
He lives practically,
closer than
in
you.
the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
So he could have been home and ready to go after TFCon, is what you're saying?
Yes. Yep. He was actually on the Discord. He just chose not to participate.
All right, we're not here to trash Daryl. We're here to mourn him.
What the fuck am I here for? Bye.
Hopefully, I think Daryl's fine, but he should be back next week. But we miss you, guy. And
this is a testament to why free healthcare doesn't work, everybody.
So we're gonna soldier on, try to get through all the San Diego Comic-Con news without you, but you are missed. Anyway, we start off as always by talking about our Donatreons, those lovely people who give us money on Patreon and PayPal. Thank you. You guys are awesome. And we have one of our number has gone to the next level. So friend of the show, Noah, who goes by Fireheart76 on the Discord. So you might know him by the meme off he's been having with Yoshi in the last few weeks or so. They're really into the
Dude's
memes.
making me step up my A game, that's for sure.
So I guess the meme play was really fun enough, Yoshi, because you convinced him to up his pledge, and he is now a duly appointed supporter of the Transmissions Podcast.
And in my eyes, he's more handsome now too.
So
you need to get that Captain America GIF and put his avatar in there.
Oh yeah.
So thank you, Noah. Really appreciate it. And if you would like to join with Noah, join the ranks that Noah has ascended to, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/support, and that's where you can sign up.
Please consider doing that too, because we've already spent Noah's money and we need more. So anything you can think of the podcasters. We could use your help.
We spend it on legitimate Transmissions business. Yes.
Look, you guys still haven't handed in your receipts from TFCon, so there's some question about those legitimacies.
Anyway, moving on. We've got our merchandise store up as always. If you go to our store powered by TeePublic, you go to transmissionspodcast.com/shop. Lots of awesome shirt designs up there. We've also got the latest, I think the big good guy and bad guy symbol shirts. Those were done or concept by Daryl, Cybertronian Beast, and art by K-Girl. who did those shirts for us. So we've got them there. You can also look at K-Girl's store on TeePublic. Just go to tpublic.com/user/superstark. And her designs are there as well. Also this week, the second episode of our newest podcast, Empire of Rust, is up. So that's already in the feed. It came out on Monday. It's the first and only Transformers actual play RPG podcast, run by our editor and awesome producer, Mike Ordway. So go listen to that. Seem like
it is literally the best Transformers RPG podcast.
Yes, it is. And we got a lot of good feedback. People seem to have been enjoying the first episode. So check out the second episode. All right. So without further ado, let's get into all the toy news.
Bow, but down, bow. Jesus Christ. Really, Jeremy?
That's a real high quality bumper you got there, Jeremy. Is that from the remastered track? The restored G1 soundtrack?
I gotta thank Mike. He popped it in the Discord the other day. So I thought I was gonna pull it out at a random moment, but I realized we probably aren't gonna have too many opportunities in this show. So
all right, well, we've got a lot to cover, so let's get started. Of course, the biggest news, everyone's been talking about this, Toys R Us is back. Woohoo! So Jeremy, why don't you tell us about this big news?
All right, it is official. There is going to be a total of two Toys R Us stores.
Go!
So this True Kids Brands announced that they're going to have a store in Paramus, New Jersey, and at the Galleria in Houston. So they will sell toys. They're going to be more kind of experience stores. So we'll see how they work. I imagine it's also going to just be a primarily online with these just kind of showcases, like I guess, you can kind of say it like Apple stores are, in that, you can buy stuff off the shelf there, but pretty much if you're going to buy anything custom, you're going to go online.
And I think it was really nice that these two stores, each store is taking half of the thousands of Toys R Us employees who were laid off last year, and they're going to reemploy them, right?
Yeah, I don't think. No.
Yeah.
I doubt anyone is going to get their job back. This is a holiday money grab if I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the holiday season when it opens. So,
but New Jersey,
right? I can understand Houston. Houston's a huge market. I don't know how big Paramus is or how close it is to like New York City. So, anyway. That's pretty much the big news. I guess we can go on a trip to the store.
No, I'm sorry. We were having a little fun. There is even bigger news, of course. This is the big one. Everyone has been looking forward to this. Everyone talking about this. It was huge news when it dropped. Everyone was talking about how Deep Throating was right again, and the Rainmakers were announced at SDCC this year. Of course, those Rainmaker Seekers.
I didn't know you were an actor, Charles. That's pretty good.
So Target exclusive Rainmakers, those ugly ass Seeker repaints for that one G1 episode where they caused acid rain. And so it's the blue one, the green one, and the yellow one. I believe they're Nova Storm, Acid Storm, and Ion Storm. So chalk another one up to Deep Throating. She was right again.
I will say the colors are okay. They still have that stupid splatter on them.
Yeah.
And you're getting a 3-pack for about $10 less than if you had bought them individually. So if it wasn't for the splatter, I would say this would be a great way to just, kind of army build some Seekers. But the splatter just kills me. We're seeing we'll talk later about some of the other Siege figures that they don't have the splatter on it and how much better they look.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I also don't like the completely solid color through on the robot modes.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's nothing breaking up that solid color. That looks bad to me.
I know Dogcades is in the chat room and he's done things like this. I wonder how hard, if he would know the answer, like how hard it is to paint match and get rid of the splatter on these things.
The splatter is just on top, so it's more just removing it.
Oh.
And I think Daryl has done it.
Dogcade says it's easy.
Yeah.
And since he's a Canadian, he'd probably do it for anybody that wants it done.
Yeah, I mean, and these look like it's just the plastic itself is just the blue, yellow, and green. So it's not like there's an abundance of paint apps on here that you could actually mess up.
Mm.
I'm dying to ask a question, but I'm going to wait.
All right. Okay. I know we've been having fun. I did it 2 times. I'm not going to do it a 3rd time. Okay. Now the real big news, of course, is Masterpiece Unicron. Yes. Masterpiece Unicron has been announced. They didn't call it Masterpiece Unicron. They call it War for Cybertron Unicron, but it's Masterpiece Unicron. It's giant. It's crowdfunded, so it's 27 inches tall. It's almost $600. They need to get 8,000 people to fund this thing by the end of August.
Just like my penis.
I think it looks great. I mean, there's been a lot of talk about it. It was all over San Diego Comic-Con because, they had it on display. They had the prototype. They had the finished model there. It does have a huge backpack and the like accordion kibble on the legs. I still think it looks great. I think all they did to make it a true planetoid sphere mode. I mean, the only thing we have it really to compare it to is the unreleased prototype from back in the 80s and the Armada version, which is kind of like a semicircle in planet mode. So I do really like it. I am seriously considering backing this. But that backpack is massive. But yeah, it looks great from the front. I'll say that. But yeah, I mean, I understand that, short of like bending the laws of physics, you can't really have the real spherical planet mode without putting that kibble somewhere. But so Yoshi, what do you think of Unicron?
It's really interesting. We got those official images released and everybody fell in love with this thing. And then the next thing I saw was the video that Livio Ramondelli posted on his Instagram. And it's really hard to hide that back kibble. I mean, you have to be looking at this thing exactly square in the front if you don't want to see it. At least that's the impression I got from the video. And I'm not terribly bothered by it. I kind of like it. I mean, it's the way that they've as big as the back kibble is and as much stuff as they've folded under there. That's pretty damn impressive to me. It didn't, I don't know. No one's ever going to display this thing backwards. I really like it. Now, unfortunately, I have talked to people who know way more about toys than I do since this thing was announced, and these people who are smarter than me really don't like how Hasbro is going about funding this thing. And I don't know if what they're saying is true, so I'm kind of just regurgitating what was told to me, but it seems like this is a huge and disgusting cash grab. And we can most certainly expect, with a lot, like they do with a lot of Masterpiece figures, like more cartoon accurate colors down the line for a second release. I guess now that I've had some time to let this sit in my head, I'd want to know that this thing is sturdy, that it's well built, that transforming it it's going to be painful and complex, but does it feel like it's going to fall apart in your hands type of thing? And on just an aside, if I may, we live in a world where a TSA agent can accidentally leave their keys somewhere on the side. Someone could take a cell phone picture of it, and another person can 3D print replicas of it. Why can't third parties do that with the images of the G1 test version of Unicron? Because I'd really like to get that version, as ugly as it is. But that's an aside. I'm done. Those are my thoughts shared with people who know more than me.
I mean, they probably could. You just need someone who is interested enough to do it. So Yoshi, you got to find those.
This thing is beautiful, right? I mean, this thing that Hasbro shows off is gorgeous in my eyes, But I certainly would buy the G1 without hesitation.
Well, I wouldn't.
I understand.
But this War for Cybertron Unicron looks, and look, just thumbing through the pictures, it looks pretty cartoon accurate to me. I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe the lighting or whatever, it could be different, but
you're not going to spend this much money and this much R&D on a mold and not have multiple releases of it. Now, it may be the same colors. I could be completely misinformed here. Or they could do color tweaks and stuff. We've seen it with multiple other Masterpiece figures. To think that doesn't happen would be we'll probably get a cartoon accurate, clear plastic version, and for people who just want to flirt with danger, a gold plastic version.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, I still want it.
No. Hey, I don't fault you one bit. If I did something like a job, I would fund it too.
Jeremy, what are your thoughts on this?
I really like this too. I can't justify $600 for a toy that's just going to sit there and not really be fiddled with at all. I mean, I would get it. I would decide which mode I want to display it and then just leave it there, because I'd be afraid to break it. I would say for this price, I would hope it comes with a warranty where, if a piece breaks, you can get it easily replaced.
Right. That'll never happen.
No, I mean, it won't. But I'm just, if you're going to pay this much, I mean,
this ought to be the star on your Christmas tree. That's how much you're spending on it.
I mean, for this much money, you can get a really nice cell phone, which comes with, at least a 1 year, probably a 3-year warranty. And you're just getting this piece of plastic. But they have some really neat features here, like in planet mode, the disc around his kind of mouth, if you turn it, the little mouth thing opens up and it closes. And I think that's a really awesome feature.
I have not seen that.
Yeah, it's in one of the videos. They just, basically it's a dial. You turn it one way, it opens, turn it back the other way, and it closes.
That's super cool.
Yeah, and I don't have any doubt that they're gonna make this again. It's a crowdfunding. They're basically paying for the R&D and the molds and everything by having this minimum of 8,000 people buy it. And after that, I mean, I'm sure maybe 5 years down the line we're gonna get another one, and that time hopefully it'll be cheaper, and then I can hop on that one.
Yeah, we've got, and we do have links to the videos from TFW, so I'll put that in the show notes too.
Yeah, but I mean, right now it's at 1652 backers with 41 days left. I mean, I would think they're going to get it. I've already seen on Twitter people saying that they bought a couple, and I'm like, where do you have this much money? I mean, I'm like, I feel bad about buying, a $20 deluxe.
Yeah.
But Anyway, yeah.
And I guess one thing I should mention is this will also be available from the Takara Tomy Mall. So I don't know if the Japan, like the orders that come from Japan are going to count towards this crowdfunding goal. But I guess somehow I guess maybe they're assuming that, if it gets funded there, it'll and in Japan, they'll get funded as well. So
I think I read somewhere that it was, but I don't know if I've seen any confirmation. Like it would count.
This is a mold we're going to see used a long time.
Yeah, I guess
he said knowingly.
All right. Unicron. I mean, the funny thing it seems like this is becoming a pattern with Hasbro. Hasbro is showing off all their stuff before San Diego. Like, we didn't get a lot of reveals in San Diego directly. I mean, we'll talk about some of the stuff they showed off, but it was a lot of little stuff. I don't think there was anything major shown.
It's got to be traffic. I mean, if they don't release the images first, then whoever the first person is at their booth at San Diego Comic-Con is going to get all the traffic. I mean, that's got to be the reason behind it.
Yeah, I mean, they do release them to big outlets like IGN and IO9. So I guess they want the big sites to cover everything before they're on the show.
Yeah, but when you get those big sites, I mean, those are strategic information releases. Those big sites will link back to Hasbro, which just benefits Hasbro in the long run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's why. That's why they do it.
I wish Daryl, I really wish he was here, because it'd be interesting to think, like, when are we going to see KOs? When are those going to hit the market? How much cheaper are those going to be?
I mean,
yeah, I'd buy one for $50.
Yeah. That way, every time we go over to Charles's house, like, how much did you spend for yours? Oh, yeah, okay. We spent $50. Combined, we spent less than you.
But it's not real.
I don't know. I really like my Rat Bat.
How much resale value does that Rat Bat hold?
Are you going to resell your shit?
I didn't say that.
All right. Well, I'm not in it for the money.
Okay.
I'm totally in it for the money.
All right. Anyway, let's move on and get into SDCC proper. Starting off with the preview night. So, this is what Hasbro does. They put out all their toys the night before they do their panel. And so we had all the War for Cybertron Siege stuff shown up here at the panel. And I mean, since they had announced everything ahead of time, pretty much everything, like Astra Chain was shown, Ape Face, Spinister, Crosshairs, all those figures were shown off well in advance. So we knew about those. We had the Galactic Man Shockwave and Lancer that you guys talked about last week. Omega Supreme and Jetfire, of course, that's been shown for a while. But there was a couple of new things and really surprising things. A couple of little things that showed up here. So we have this Micromaster 10 pack, which appears to be repaints of all the released Micromasters in alternate colors. And we had a Rumble figure. So this is a Siege Rumble or Frenzy, if you prefer. It was red and black, but this is I guess their next Soundwave Tape 2-pack. They had a Rumble and a Rat Bat figure. So that was a surprise. Getting a little Rat Bat, a new Rat Bat, and a new Rumble.
I think you're bearing the lead on these little Micromasters. I'm surprised you even put Unicron before this particular one.
I was getting there. I'm working up to it. Yeah. So, so you could say this is, they put the biggest release in the smallest package. They had this new Battlemaster figure, and it is Rung. or as he is maybe more well known at the end of Lost Light, Primus. So yeah, Rung finally gets a figure, and that was exciting. I was excited for that.
Yeah,
and they have his alternate mode, his I guess Matrix generator alt mode. But yeah, it's surprising that we finally get a Rung figure. Of course, this is after his comic is over, so but still, it's cool to see Rung. I wonder if Rung is going to come into the new IDW series or the new cartoon. I imagine he won't still be Primus, or maybe he will. I don't know.
Well, I have a theory that at some point they're going to use the whole briefcase thing as an escape hatch to kind of merge continuities. Because James Roberts left a pretty open, multiverse exit hole, there that they can use.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, Rung is definitely a buy for me. So as soon as I can get access to that, I don't think he went up with the other pre-orders. So he's probably coming in a later wave. But yeah, Battlemaster Rung, that's cool. One last thing that they showed at the preview night, but I can't find any mention of it anywhere else. They showed a Decepticon Micromaster Combiner. And so I looked them up on the TF Wiki. These are Direct Hit and Power Punch, and they combine into this like missile truck thing. And it's clearly shown at the preview night, but there's no information at the panel. There was no information on any of the other images or, any official images or official word from Hasbro. So I'm wondering if I think we're probably going to get a group of Micromaster Combiners coming up, but I'm just wondering why they didn't mention this guy. But
that is some G2 colored happiness right there.
Yeah, and we saw in G1 you had those Micromaster Combiners, so it's nice that they're doing that gimmick.
Yep. And I mean, those colors they match. I mean, they're brighter, but they do match the G1 figures colors. Like if you look at his original toy on the wiki, those colors are pretty much the same. But yeah, so those were the and so we do also have they did all the studio series, Masterpiece Movie, Megatron. I mean, but there was nothing new here. And the Cyberverse Bots and Rescue Bots Academy. But I don't think we saw anything that hadn't been announced or hadn't seen before. So Cyberverse had the armor, like you have the Arc armor for Optimus Prime. You had the Studio Series Dropkick Car Mode, the KSI Boss, Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime, Constructicons, Long Haul and Hightower, and then the Masterpiece Movie Megatron. So I don't think there's anything really to talk about there. We've seen everything before. But we'll link all the pictures in the show notes so you can take a look for yourself. And then we had so that was all that preview night. Then the next morning was the breakfast, the Hasbro breakfast. And here we got so we did hear already about the 35th anniversary decos of Blue Streak and Sound Blaster. So these are the War for Cybertron Siege molds. So basically Blue Streak is a recolor of Prowl, Sound Blaster is a recolor of Soundwave. And these are Walmart exclusives, and they have the 35th anniversary packaging for those figures, and we had heard and talked about those before, but I think this is the first time we're seeing them. But then the big news, and I think this is something we I think we had seen rumors and predicted and hoped that would happen. We got the G1 colored reflector. So the War for Cybertron Siege refractor toy gets a 3-pack that is a G1 that has the G1 colors for each figure, and with a nice little bonus comes with a Kremzeek as the one of the fire effects that they can use. So
and the toys don't come with that little flash accessory either, do they?
I thought they do.
Oh,
don't they?
No, I mean, I thought they came with the tripod piece and the viewfinder piece, but this has a little flash on top.
Oh,
too.
maybe you're right. Yeah, I think the regular refractor toy doesn't come with that. I think you're right. Yeah. So these and these are all colored, just like the Spectro viewfinder and is it Spyglass, the 3 reflector guys from G1. And the center guy has refractor in nice label on his shoulders, which I hate. It's really reflector, guys. Don't make
Toy Hacks is going to fix that.
Toy Hacks, you're our only hope. But yeah, this is cool. Yoshi, are you excited for this the reflector thing, or not interesting you?
You know, there's enough here to make me excited. Like the Kremzeek, how can you say no? I mean, put that in a box and throw $100 on it. I mean,
no, don't. It's Hasbro. Don't do that. Don't do that, Hasbro.
But yeah, if I can get my hands on this, I'd probably do it.
Well, you can at Hasbro Pulse. I mean, pulse.hasbro.com.
How much is it again?
I think $70 for the 3 figures. Plus,
that is a spicy.
Well, they're
meatball.
each $20 a piece, so it would be $60 if you bought them individually, and then the Kremzeek. Hey, it's $10 for a Kremzeek.
Better than 100.
And a little flash cube.
Yeah. It looks good. I do have to seriously think about this one now. Especially, I mean, shit, Toy Hacks won't let this slide. This is going to be rectified quickly. It's a strip with letters on it, guys. You can do this. Reflectified.
I could see them putting out a set with that and maybe like a metallic thing for the flash, just to make it look a little shiny.
The bots even look better, just in their different colors. Just standing there. I mean, that you don't want to screw with these guys.
Yeah, well, I did pre-order this, so I've already pre-ordered this from Hasbro Pulse, so I'm looking forward to this guy. Because I now can stop hunting for the regular refractors in the store, so that's good. And I'm glad I didn't pull the trigger on any refractors. So this was announced at the right time for me. I did get lucky.
I feel like this is remember when the Devastator came out and then they came out with like a shinier version for San Diego? Like, I was okay with that, but this is kind of a dick move. You put all those reflectors out there and then you do the right colors. Yep. I mean, that's a dick move, man.
Well, the ones that are on the store shelves are the animation colors. So, I mean, if you want cartoon accurate reflector, you can get them. This is a toy accurate.
But also, does the ones on the toy shelf have the splatter?
I don't think so. We can ask Daryl. He has them, so we can ask Daryl next week.
Okay, because these do not.
Yeah. I think they don't.
I also love the box that this comes in. They made it look like a digital camera box, like a DSLR box, and the instructions actually look like a camera manual too. So
cool. Yeah. So that was the Hasbro breakfast. Oh, I don't know if did you guys have any thoughts on the Blue Streak and Sound Blaster? I mean, they're just repaints, but they are. At least Blue Streak doesn't seem to have any battle damage. I think Sound Blaster, his his tape chest is all cracked and broken. I don't like that, but
yeah, I mean, he looks fine. I don't know. Nothing really jumps out.
Yeah,
off either of those.
I guess he does come. Sound Blaster comes with Buzzsaw, right? So that I guess that's, or does he? I don't know. I thought he did. I'm looking to see if I can see him in this picture.
It's like pre-ripped jeans. Like,
yeah.
Who wants to buy a toy that looks like it was prepaid? Like our grandfathers would be pissed at us. You want to buy jeans with holes in them? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, I don't see Buzzsaw in the package with Sound Blaster, so maybe it doesn't have that. Oh well.
Yeah, the package doesn't even say like with anything.
Yeah. So yeah, that's even less. Makes him less interesting. So. All right, so that's so that was the breakfast. Then moving on to the product panel. So this was the actual panel that Hasbro did at SDCC. So I mean, we've gone through all the toys. A couple of things they did do at the panel. They announced the Hall of Fame 2019. So the inductees for 2019 were Flint Dille, who was a writer and story editor for the original G1 cartoon and Transformers the movie. So we've met him a couple of times at different TF cons, so it's well deserved putting him in the Hall of Fame.
He's got a book coming out.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a book coming about just kind of like of his career and who he's worked with and stuff. I was looking forward to that. Am looking forward to that.
Cool. And Takashi Kunihiro, he is a longtime veteran toy designer for Takara Tomy. And he is known as the Transformers God, so Primus. And he's designed toys from G1 up to the live action movies. So veteran. He's been around a long time, so that's cool. I didn't see any information about the actual inductees, like the actual character inductees. Did you see anything about that?
I don't think they did that.
Okay.
I think these are more important anyway.
Yeah. Next we had they showed off the fan vote battle 3-pack. So this is the fan vote from last year that was Impactor and Mirage that won the vote. And now they have a 3-pack Amazon exclusive that comes with Impactor as a Decepticon and Mirage, who has a clear blue. Mirage has a toy-shaped head, so I guess he's like, invisible Mirage, turning invisible. And then they have a Power Dasher, who is a recolor of the Cog figure. But yeah, the Power Dashers were an exclusive back in the day. You had to send in robot points to get the Power Dashers. They weren't on store shelves. So that's a kind of a deep pull for this new pack here. They also officially revealed the Autobot Alpha Strike Counterforce and the Decepticon Phantom Strike Squadron. So we've already seen these. This was the G2 Sideswipe, the Slam Dance, which was a recolor of Flywheels or Skytread, and a Battlemaster. And then the Decepticon pack is Skywarp, so a new Seeker color with 3 Battlemasters, Shroot, Fracas, and Pterodactyl. And these are both Amazon exclusives as well, just like the fan vote 3-pack. They officially revealed Greenlight, although she's been available since Prime Day, so it's kind of weird to show her here. Siege Ratchet was also announced, so that's going to be a Walgreens exclusive, which is, of course, a recolor of the Ironhide mold. And then we revealed the War for Cybertron fan vote for this year, which is, drum roll, Run Amok. Sorry, didn't wait for the drum roll.
It's all right.
Run amok. So that means we're also going to get runabout eventually, I hope. And
or if you're Daryl, run a boot.
And so that's that's cool. Those guys are due for a refresh. So nice to see them making their way into War for Cybertron. And that was it for the panel. We also got more information. So after the panel was over, they quickly went and put bunch of more new toys into their the display cases on the show floor. And we got more information about the Walmart 35th anniversary figures. And this included the ones that I think these were the ones that were briefly shown, but quickly hidden away back at Toy Fair earlier this year. We have the animation versions of Optimus Prime and Megatron. So they're the War for Cybertron Siege molds, but they have the animation coloring and decals and no battle damage. So these are nice. So I will definitely be picking up that Megatron because I liked the Megatron mold, but I didn't like the battle damage. So now that we have a mold without all the battle damage, and what's more, it's got an animation coloring style to it. So that's cool. We also have the Soundwave reissue, which was the G1 Soundwave reissue, which you already knew about from Walmart, and the tapes reissue for Rumble, Frenzy and Laserbeak, and Rumble and Ravage. So those will be on Walmart's shelves. That's the toy coloring. And we already mentioned the Blue Streak, the Siege Blue Streak and Sound Blaster. And I guess the last major thing that was a surprise is this additional G1 mini cassettes 3-pack, which was another. They released another of these unreleased dinosaur cassettes. So this was Noizu and Garafi, and they combine into a robot Decibel. And included with that is a G1 Frenzy as well. So just a weird, another, I guess they're trying to, with the, just put out as many G1 cassettes that we never saw in the States here back in the day. So taking these obscure cassettes from Japan that never got a release here and just putting them out there. So these are also available on Hasbro Pulse.
Are they really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm on it right now.
Well, while you do that, let me play the Yoshi role and complain about some stuff on this. First, the packaging looks great. I love it. They're on cards, but they're on cards that are connected.
Oh.
I'm like, why? What's going on?
Yeah, that's weird. I
mean, at least it's not going to be on toy store shelves because, that would screw with, how pegs are, I think. But I mean, and how completely like perfect toy packaging, and then they have to ruin it.
And how are they going to ship these? I imagine they're just going to be folded over, shipped.
Oh, I hope not. I will say a nice touch here. It has the old Hasbro logo. And also in place of the robot points, they put the Transformers Authentic logo.
Oh, cool.
So, I mean, some nice things here, but come on. You're connecting the two. But anyway, I have pre-ordered it.
$34.
Yep. 11 bucks a tape, or $12 a tape, I guess.
Fuck.
That's what you get for the old Hasbro logo. But these characters I have no connection to outside of Frenzy, but it's like
but yeah, I mean, it's nice that if you're a tape completionist or just looking for odd tapes that you've never seen before, Hasbro's been coming through the last couple of years to fill that itch, I guess.
I pretty much guarantee I'm not going to open the package.
I think we broke Yoshi. The price broke Yoshi. So hey,
Yoshi's better than $600.
So I think that was everything from San Diego Comic-Con. And we do have a helpful post from TFW that gives you links to where you can pre-order all this stuff. Because I think the one nice thing about this is that all this stuff that they showed off, you can pre-order it right now. You can go to Hasbro Pulse for a bunch of the stuff. So if you want the Reflector pack, the G1 cassettes, you can go to Entertainment Earth for the Galactic Man Shockwave. You can go to Amazon for the Fan Vote pack and the Alpha Strike and Phantom Strike packs. You can go to Walmart for a bunch of the stuff for the animation Optimus Prime Megatron, the Siege Blue Streak and Sound Blaster, the G1 reissue figures, and then all the other stuff is just mass retail. So you're gonna have to just wait for them to come out in retail. But I like the fact that they show them off and then they're immediately up for pre-order, so you don't have to feel like you're not going to have a chance to get them. I don't think I've seen this many things up for pre-order at once after a San Diego. Yeah. So I guess it makes it easy on you if you don't want to hunt for things. I mean, of course, it is the pricing. I mean, you can argue about the pricing. Yoshi doesn't like the pricing, I tend to agree. A lot of things they're priced. I mean, the bad part is that the exclusivity is it's artificial, so they use that to jack up the price a little bit for each of these things. So,
I will say I could justify the G1 Soundwave reissue a lot more than the G1 Prime reissue at $50. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're still only getting one tape, but from my recollection, we haven't had an actual Soundwave reissue with the single tape chest as ever. I mean, all the reissues I have are the double tape Sound Blaster. So,
are we sure this is the single chest Soundwave?
I mean, that's what the rumors have been. I think. This is saying this is in stock at my local store.
Good luck, Jeremy.
I might have to skip out at work and see. I don't know if that's entirely true.
All right. Well, Jeremy, was there anything, all the stuff we went through, is there anything that stood out to you? Like something that you were particularly excited for, or something the tapes you already talked about, you already pre-ordered, but anything else?
Mm-hmm. I mean, that, the Galactic Man, which we've already talked about before, mm-hmm. I really like seeing those pictures. I think the Reflector probably was the thing, just out of all the new stuff that we hadn't really seen before. The Reflector is what I think really looked the best. I mean, the packaging was great. The colors on the figures are great. The bonus, like the little Crimsy, nice touch. I think of everything new, that was what really kind of drew my attention.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of Unicron. Unicron is its own thing.
All right. Yoshi, anything that stood out for you? If you can stop saying fuck.
I just bought the fucking tapes. I got hopeful too because I'm going through the checkout and I found a code and it applied it, and then a second later it goes, wait, this isn't valid, and took my code off. Fuck you. And then I just kept saying fuck.
And Hasbro says checkmate.
You know what? When I was a kid, I always wanted to buy those fucking cards with the tapes on them. Like that to me is like the best damn gimmick. Buy a cassette tape and then have this or buy a cassette tape player and then have this fucking army of fucking tapes. And this is my childhood reaching through time and saying, you will get this and you will not say no.
Well, and it's all the stuff where like your parents wouldn't let you. I know. You're like, you can't tell me no now. Right. Only my wife can. She's not know about it.
So the result is I'm sitting here clicking buy going, fuck.
Yeah, and for me, the Reflector as well. I've already pre-ordered that, and I did pre-order the tapes as well. The dinosaur
and
tapes.
Unicron. Did you actually pre-order that?
I did. I have not pulled the trigger on Unicron yet. I'm still thinking it over. I have. That's you have to have a discussion with your partner for that. That's not not a decision.
And if you wanted to use Patreon money, you'd have to have approval from all of us, and I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, like Charles's problem, like I've been in Charles's houses. I think you have too, Jeremy. Like a purchase like this, it's like buying a car. You're not just buying Unicron. Then you have to buy another fucking Detolf and put it in.
Or he has to figure out which one of his children he's going to, keep outside in order to have room for the Unicron.
He's got a double doctorate and his wife is amazing. This isn't a concern. This is just breaking into your retirement fund.
Yeah. I mean, I'm seriously, I think I might sell. I've got a bunch of figures here that I could probably sell, and maybe I can offset.
Yeah, but you're
things.
not going to sell. You're not going to make $600 worth
I mean,
off of them, are you?
I don't have to do that, but just to offset it a little bit, in terms of, that I'm not just hoarding things and just more comes in and nothing ever goes out. If I can justify it by saying, well, I got this huge thing, but I got rid of these 10 smaller things. So that's a discussion for another time, but it is seriously being considered.
Yeah. But
yeah, I mean, the Rung also is a must buy for me. So Rung is, I have to find.
Yeah, but that's
Rung.
that's a non-consulting purchase.
Yeah, that's a $5 purchase, so that's not a big deal. But it's just cool that they made a Rung figure. I like that. All right, well, I was gonna wrap up the toy section, but by luck of the draw, we have a special guest, fresh off of San Diego Comic-Con. He was there in person. Friend of the show, Donatreon, secret lover,
all around good guy.
Gabe, you're here. Gabe, thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you for having me. I feel like I'm honored because this is a position that a lot of people covet. So yeah, I feel honored to be up here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you did the work of going to San Diego Comic-Con where we couldn't. So.
Oh yes, it was such hard work. It was like,
Yeah. You're local there, right?
Yes, I am local.
It's like Daryl going to TFCon.
And he's not here? What?
Yeah. You can let him know how disappointed you are.
I'll write him a strongly worded letter.
So yeah, you give us your in-person impressions of all the stuff you saw at SDCC. So all the stuff we talked about. What was your takeaway?
Let me see. I think the think the response this year is pretty strong. As far from my experience of what I saw, anyways, when I was there in the morning, I waited in line for one of the posters that they were giving out. There was a lot of people at the booth lining up, and of course, when people are at the booth, they saw Unicron on display. There were a lot of people talking about it because it's just such a commanding piece to look at, and there's a lot of people hovering around the Hasbro area because they have so many different fandoms they're covering now, and then there's a lot of good stuff that I won't go into too much detail because I'm sure you guys have covered them already. I don't know if you guys have any questions on anything specific.
So, well, I guess we had a quick discussion about Unicron. So, we've seen the pictures of the kibble. So, what was your impression of the back kibble in robot mode? Was it a deal breaker for you, or is it okay, or is it not an issue for you?
I think for me, it's not an issue because if you're going to get that piece, you will. It's assumed that you will have a lot of space to put that piece. Like you're giving it a lot of display space for it. The back of it is not. Some pictures is making it protrude a lot. I think understanding that it's supposed to turn into a complete sphere. Unless you are taking off those pieces to make the sphere, I think it's okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
And one thing that we saw, they had a MicroMaster combiner, but they haven't released any information about that figure. It's it was just kind of tucked away in their preview night, and no one's mentioned it or said anything about it. So I was just curious, did you see that there, or did you notice that, or?
Okay, I forgot the name, but you're talking about that blue and purple truck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was on display.
Direct. Yeah, it's direct hit and power something. Power punch. Direct hit and power punch.
Mm.
And they haven't.
I don't remember seeing any face cards on that case saying name and release dates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been pretty busy before the weekend, so I haven't really studied all the pieces just yet.
Mm-hmm.
I bet we'll find out more information in New York.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you go to the panel, the Hasbro panel
today?
I think it was. I think it was Thursday or Friday, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I did not. Today was the only day that I went.
Oh, okay,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I think another thing I will mention that during in the middle of the day, they were giving away bots, and there were more people lined up than they ran out of bots to give out. So I guess I don't know if it's because it's a free thing and people just want it, but yeah, seems like it's that a lot of people like that stuff. It seems like.
Mm-hmm.
But the bots 10-pack convention set didn't sell at the show. So if you're looking for that, pretty good chance you get it on pause if you want it.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I picked up a few of the the first wave of bots. I mean, I think they're cool little pieces, but I am not going down the collector route for the bots. Yeah. So
you didn't want
I'm staying away from that.
The collection? What?
Yeah, I'm not going to the dark side for that.
Yeah. If I may mention another thing, the packaging on the tape, yeah, like I don't know. I talked to a few people that asked a question, and we couldn't really like figure out why they stick together and print it on the same card. I don't know if you guys have any source on that.
I think it was just, if you look at it, the way they did it, there wasn't really a lot of room on the one card. So to get the tech specs, like all three tech specs, I think that's just how they decided to do it. I mean, I first noticed it when I saw at the bottom of the one on the right. If you're looking at the back, it says like package contents 3 figures, and I'm like, wait, and I look, and I'm like, oh, these are connected. So it was just how it was designed. It was supposed to look like 2 cards when really it's just
yeah. Okay. Anything else you guys want to ask about?
What stuck out to you? What was like the thing that they had in the Transformers section that was just like, this looks surprisingly good, and what looks surprisingly terrible to you?
Surprisingly terrible.
I mean, did you walk out of there being like, I wasn't planning on it, but now I have to buy this?
Okay. If I don't know if you guys remember, a while ago they announced there was a Cyberverse Optimus figure that comes with like the Arc.
Yeah.
And then like the Arc, you can put the Arc on Optimus as a as an armor. Like when that piece actually has a lot of presence. And it's not going to be like a really hardly articulated piece, but like that piece is big. I think it's almost as big as, I want to say, not as big as Jetfire, but maybe just a head shorter. So it's still a big figure. So that piece is like, okay, if I saw that would kind of be interesting. Maybe like that's something that I would consider like actually giving it to like if my friend's kid wanted a Transformer or something. That's something that I would consider. Surprisingly terrible. I don't know. Like I didn't pay attention to other Cyberverse stuff, so I was surprised that there's not a lot of like studio series announcements. But other than that, I think like most of the stuff, I think looks really good.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And Astro Train does look a little like on the small side, like as a leader, like a quote unquote leader size figure. But I don't know. I'm probably still gonna get it.
Yeah, I mean, I think what makes it the leader is you get 3 modes.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably what they're thinking.
All right. Well, thanks, Gabe, for giving us your live from San Diego update.
Yeah, always happy to.
Giving us the man on the street opinions.
Just an everyman.
Yeah.
All right. And thanks again for continuing to support Transmissions. We really appreciate that as well. So
yeah, I'm happy to as long as Yoshi's on the show.
Fuck. All right, Gabe. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks.
Alrighty.
Later, buddy.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Well, thanks to Gabe for live SDCC impressions. And that'll do it for the toy section. So let's move on to some trips to the store. This is where we show off all the cool Transformer stuff we got this week. We do this as a video that you will see on YouTube. But we also put the audio right here in the podcast. You can keep listening and we hear us describe all our Transformers merchandise in loving detail. But then you should really go over to the YouTube video because you can see everything in high definition. So without further ado, trips to the store.
The Transmissions Podcast will return after these messages.
All right, let's talk about what we got this week. Yoshi.
It's Christmas in July, gentlemen. And Hallmark has released their figure for this year, which is G1 Bumblebee. This is based off, I don't even know if you can say it's the new mold, but the head sculpt is different with the current Walmart G1 re-release with the painted headlights. This is about twice the size of the actual figure. It is very sturdy in your hands. It feels solid, more solid probably than any previous ornament release from Hallmark. But it's G1 Bumblebee. I'm very happy to have it. In the past, I've given shit for them not using the right logo or using the right insignia for the character that was featured on the box. They've just given up and they're using the modern, current Transformers logo. No insignia. They must have got sick of my complaint letters. I don't blame them. I'm pretty annoying. Yeah. And just because I've pointed out in the past, they didn't cheap ass on the stuffing this time. The figure is encased in plastic. It's about twice the size of the toy. It's nice. It screams nostalgia. They got the back right. They got the front right. I'm happy with it. It needed a rub sign. What are you going to do? I got 2 of them.
Why?
I'm done. Why? I don't know. I've bought 2 of every single one of these that have come out. And I say that not being a dick and understanding how badly you want the Optimus Prime, Charles. So maybe that's why I got 2. I don't know.
I already have.
Oh, you got it?
I already have the Optimus Prime. DJ Ronan gave it to me last year at TFCon.
DJ Ronan is a better person than me.
Well, he traded it for what was that? Oh, a ram horn. I got a Titans Return ram horn for him, and I traded it.
I don't feel bad now. That's
for the Optimus Prime.
I would have. All right. Yeah. Then he's back on the low rung. Thank you for your money, DJ Ronan. You might have noticed your name down there. That was a lot of work. That's all I got. I like these things. Go get one. Your tree should be adorned with them. I'm done.
All right. Yeah, I got to hunt down my Bumblebee now.
I have mine pre-ordered. I just need to remember to stop by and pick it up.
Cool. All right, Jeremy, what do you got this week?
I have comics. I hadn't been in a couple weeks because I had more comics than I thought. Not just Transformers, but I have Transformers Ghostbusters #2. I got cover A. This is the connecting cover. And in the store, I put issue 1 and issue 2 next to each other, and they actually did a really good job on the connecting. And then I have Transformers #9 that we're going to talk about in alt mode. I have cover A. Cannot remember who did this.
Umi Meow, I believe.
Okay. Most of this is perfectly fine, and then you have the floating heads, and I'm not sure.
It was an ambitious concept, and it just kind of fell short on execution.
Yeah, it's just everything else. I'm like, okay, makes sense. You get, at least kind of busts, and then you just have these floating heads. And I don't know, but it's fine. And then I had to do it. The Guido Guidi retailer incentive.
Oh, cool.
Had to get that.
Very nice.
And this is fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, and this is obviously not reminiscent of anything that happens in the book, because you have the sweeps behind Cyclonus, which, has not been presented in the story at all. But it's fantastic. You can never go wrong with Guido's art.
Yeah, I mean, I think those are all like 35th anniversary covers, because I think that's like the classic scene where they pulled Galvatron out of the muck on that planet.
Yeah, it does kind of look like Galvatron's hand, but there's no 35th anniversary markings on here at all.
Okay.
So, but that is everything I got. How about you, Charles?
All right, I also picked up comics. Yoshi, don't at me. They don't have
you fuck.
bags and boards. I also got the same covers for Transformers number 9 and Transformers Ghostbusters number 2. Transformers number
But that's all you got this week?
No, I went to TFCon last week, so I might have picked up a couple of things. This cover, for me, the only thing that bothers me is the eyes for all the characters. Like, the eyes are creeping me out here. But everything else, the art looks really nice, but those eyes I don't like it.
The gateways to the souls really are telling you something.
It's just the fact that they have like the whites of their eyes and the robots.
Not feeling it. All right. I went to a little toy show up in Toronto.
We're not interested.
TFCon. This is my press pass. It says exhibitor, but it's a press pass for TFCon.
Were they doing wristbands for the common people?
Yes, they were.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a good thing you had that handy lanyard.
Yeah, well, I didn't put it in there.
Oh, come on. You're supposed to put it on your podcast.
It's too big.
Come on.
Okay.
It's a clip. You take off the one that's on there. And you have a degree.
Can we cut him short on his trips to the store? Can we just end it now?
No. I didn't get these. Came after the last show I was on, so I didn't get to show them off. But these are the cards Jeremy designed and ordered. So this is
Soundwave.
This is Mike's Soundwave T-shirt design.
Tape Man,
yes.
Yeah, and it's kind of reflective.
Yeah.
I like how that worked out.
Yeah, it looks really nice. People were complimenting me on these cards. These are nice. And then on the other side, you have the subscribe.
Yeah, and I hope you said I worked really hard on this. Just took all the credit.
Yep. No, these are nice work, Jeremy. These are cool. These came out really nice.
Thanks.
Okay, so before I left for TFCon, I managed to get a Siege Ironhide in my local Target. You might notice that the wheels on this Ironhide are not the standard wheels that it came with. So here are the original wheels. They're very gray and drab looking.
Ones.
They're plastic. These wheels are rubber. And they have Autobot symbols on the hubcaps there. So I don't know if you can't make out the Autobot symbol there, but it's there.
No, but I think Yoshi might need a minute.
That's $1 million figure right there.
So these wheels were custom made by Donatrion and friend of the show, Alpha Magnus, who we met up with at TFCon. He joined us. Saw him lots over the weekend. He's a cool guy. Hung out with him a lot. Alpha Magnus.
He's doing God's work.
He gave each of us a set of these wheels. So
Yes.
I have sets for Jeremy and Yoshi.
Nice.
Yoshi, you now have.
Thank you, Alpha Magnus.
Yeah, Alpha Magnus, you're awesome. And Yoshi, you now have to buy a Siege Ironhide figure, or I guess Ratchet or or Crosshairs. They're the same mold as well. So you
All
got to
right.
buy one of those three.
Gotcha.
So, and yeah, Jeremy, I think I'm going to see you soon, so I'll get these to you. And Yoshi, I'll have to mail yours out.
Now, does he got something set up if our listeners want to get those rubber tires and have a real toy for a change that they can contact him?
I think so. We'll have to find out how he wants people to contact him about that. But I think he is going to make them available.
Good. So. That's awesome. He's got a special place in my heart and in my bed.
It's nice that it looks like the wheels are just like simple things.
Yeah,
in.
they're very easy to install. So they're the ones on the figure pop out, and these pop right in the same place. They're pretty easy.
Nice.
Cool. I also I saw our friends Toy Hacks. Toy Hacks had a booth there, and I got so I don't know if I think we talked about it on the show. Here's my War for Cybertron Siege Laserbeak. Now, you might notice Laserbeak doesn't have his characteristic laser cannons, so Toy Hacks made a little attachment, and it fits perfectly on the Siege figure. So, my Laserbeak looks 100 times more Laserbeaky.
Nice.
And it comes, of course, with the set of stickers to apply. I haven't applied them yet, but I will apply these. The sticker set is for both Ravage and Laserbeak, so,
Nice and shiny.
very cool. Thank you for Toy Hacks. Toyhacks.com, everyone. And they help us every month with giving us the prize for our contests, our Toy Hacks giveaway every month. So go Toy Hacks.
Yeah, good people.
I also went to Thomas Deere's booth and got a print. This is The Lost Supper. So the cast of The Lost Light as the 12 disciples, and I guess Rodimus is Jesus here. Sacrilegious. Yeah, so this was a really cool piece of art. Thank you, Thomas Deere. Really like this. Really cool. Yep. I don't know if Vangelis has put up the podcast panel yet, but he gave us little Canada umbrella.
We were wondering about this.
Yeah, so this is my Canada umbrella hat that I can wear to show my love of Canada.
Hey, next time you go to Niagara Falls on the Canada side, there you go.
So thank you, Vangelis.
You think?
And I also got an Alicon. So this is Mugger, a third-party figure.
Oh, neat.
I have not opened it yet, but I'm looking forward to messing with this guy. Alicon to go with my Sharkticon. So.
He carries a big stick.
He does. Ba weep, grana weep, ninny bong.
Bless you.
And this is from, what's the company?
Uh-oh.
Corbot?
Uh-oh.
I don't know. Someone in the chat is probably telling me, screaming at me. But
not yet.
Daryl's not here, so you're not really to be held accountable. It's his fault.
Alicons, everyone. Alicons. I got a bunch of other stuff. I'm going to parcel it out over the weeks to come, so there's more stuff to come. But I think that's a good showing for this week.
We now return to the Transmissions Podcast.
All right, well, we're back from our trips to the store, and I think that'll do it for this episode of Transmissions. We do have some feedback, but we are going to hold it till next week. We have run a little long. We had a lot of stuff to cover in SDCC, and trips to the store I had a few items, so stuff to show off. But I think you got your money's worth for this episode.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thanks everyone for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Later.
You couldn't. You just had to do it, didn't you?
Hey everyone, thanks for listening to this episode of Transmissions. But just because this episode is over doesn't mean the Transformers fun has to stop. Join us and other Transformers fans on our Discord chat server by visiting transmissionspodcast.com/discord. If you would like to learn more about how you could support the Transmissions Podcast, just visit transmissionspodcast.com/support. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you again next week.
Can we do 9:58?
No, we can't. We can't. I'm still setting it up.
30?
I've had it going for a while.
Fuck off.
9:58:30. That's 30
Yeah,
seconds.
I can do that. I can do that.
Okay.
I could do 9:58:15.
Oh, let's not go crazy.
What did I tell you, Jeremy? We did that last week. I'm like, I was just like, God, that would drive Charles nuts.
Are you good, Yoshi? Or are you
hurt?
No, Audacity is it's pulling in my headset.
Oh, okay. So you need to reset.
Yeah. So 7:15.
Yes. Okay.
No.
Yes, we can do it. No, we can do 15. It's fine.
Okay.
5
You said
seconds.
7?
It's 9:15 for you, 10:15 for me. Get it?
Oh, I got it.
Did it.
All right.
Fuck
good.
me again. I'm sorry, guys.
What? Okay. How long?
I got
before we
excited
start
and then
calling
I didn't.
Jason?
Select the mic now, Yoshi.
Check.
sir.
Do you have the mic selected?
You don't have to talk down to me. Yes,
Unfortunately
it's selected. I'm
for
ready
Yoshi,
to go.
we have standards for Charles. But
All right, 10:01 or 9:01 or 7:01.
It's 7.
Huh? Did my mic go away?
No, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
No.
Dog Gates is saying it. Anyway.
don't listen to the peanut gallery.
That's a rookie mistake. Sorry. Yeah. So, Jeremy, what are your thoughts on this? Jeremy, you might be
One
on
second.
mute.
But no, I'm not. It just my dog just ran.
Oh,
Here,
okay.
So
Fucking bagels, man.
All right. Well, that is all the toy news for this week.
did we want to have Gabe hop in real quick?
Oh,
He said he just got back from San Diego.
oh, really? Okay. I guess we can do that. Can we? I guess.
You're not watching the chat as you talk, which I know I told you not to do earlier.
I mean, this is going to be an editing difficulty for you, Jeremy. So if you want to try this,
This is why we have backups.
okay. No one has tried to rub me out yet. So
Oh, Jesus. Are you making a note, Jeremy, of where that is in the time code? Yeah. Oh, because you don't like it, you're not going to use it. God.
all right, let's talk about what we got this week.